Hi there, I'm Sarah Azari, criminal trial attorney, NewsNation legal analyst, and the host of Serving Justice on NewsNation. This week is the third week of the Diddy trial, and today we're on day one of the third week. And boy, oh boy, I think that the prosecution is starting to get very concerned. I think they should get concerned because we're starting to see a lot of doubt in this case. So we started today with the testimony of Dawn Richard, wrapped with her cross-examination, where she was absolutely eviscerated on the stand. She has no credibility. Why? I can tell you as a criminal trial attorney of decades that when a witness changes their story over the years and their story gets more and more detailed, not that she remembers less and less, but she remembers more and more, that tells you one thing: she's lying. That was very bad for the government, and I think they should probably be feeling a little uneasy by now. And then we moved on to the testimony of Carrie Morgan. She was Cassie's friend of 17 years, and she had witnessed incidents of domestic violence. But she, what's interesting to me about her testimony is that I think she was actually good for the defense. She testified that essentially Cassie was working, that Diddy introduced her to a lot of people, that big name artists, where she was recording with them in the studio, and she would be gone for days and weeks working. That is obviously the opposite of Cassie's testimony, that her career and her autonomy was controlled in this relationship. So essentially, I think she was good for the defense in, in divorcing this idea of coercion and control from the narrative. I also, going back to Dawn Richards' testimony, want to say that not only she lacked credibility, but we're starting to see that the defense here, or part of the defense, is this theme of money grab, right? The idea that Cassie got $20 million from Diddy, she got another $10 million, or will get another $10 million from the hotel, and Dawn Richard, who says she's after justice in her lawsuit, actually admitted that justice means money. She's after compensation. So we're going to see the defense arguing in this case that these witnesses are all after money from a very powerful and wealthy person, that being the defendant, Diddy. I also think that, Carrie Morgan's testimony was also significant with respect to the jealousy, the theme of Cassie wanting to be number one, but being the freak-off girlfriend. That she was jealous that, Kim Porter was always at the New Year's Eve parties and she couldn't make the cut. She was jealous of another girlfriend named Gina, who was around for years. And then there was Cassie and the freak-offs. So I think that's a very interesting theme for the defense also, because it shows that Cassie, as the government star witness, has no credibility. She's actually a begrudged girlfriend who was extremely jealous, who has buyer's remorse, who never got what she signed up for or wanted out of this relationship. So we're going to see the theme of money grab, we're going to see the theme of jealousy and, essentially motive to exaggerate. And this is going to get very interesting because already with just a few witnesses, we're seeing a lot of doubt in this case. And I think it's giving the government a little bit of heartburn. Another big highlight for me today was the judge's comment outside the presence of the jury. The judge said, "This case seems to be based on gossip." That takes a lot for a judge to say that. So it'll be interesting to see, as this case goes forward and more witnesses for the government testify, what all our impressions will be about what we're seeing. And I think it's really the litmus test here of the Me Too movement. Where are we in this movement? Are we going to look past all evidence of consent and say, because this is a really bad man and he beat up his girlfriend and he was abusive and he was violent, that he committed sex trafficking by coercion and also racketeering? Are we going to go that far to ignore consent? I think it's a real test of where we are in the Me Too movement as well. Until tomorrow, this is Sarah Azari with NewsNation.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our NewsNation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all Americans.